How easy is it for you to obtain clean drinking water? Many people are not so lucky. In May 2014, a team of 7 UNH students, their professor, and a graduate student whom acted as their translator traveled to Peru. There's a small town called San Pedro de Costa, which is nestled atop the Andes Mountains. Here they have running water, but it's contaminated with E. coli and coliforms. A wide variety of animals roam the lands, and the broken pipeline did not help to keep contaminants out of the water. Using chemical testing, we found positive results for E. coli and coliforms in the town's water. The UNH team worked closely with the community to refine the plans that would bring San Pedro clean drinking water. The main focus of this trip? To replace the pipeline.
Alright, so we just got done with our first big meeting. Pretty productive. Laid out a game plan for the rest of the trip.
We carried our supplies up to the storage box, which was located about 100 feet above the town at an elevation of approximately 10,000 feet. This was a big change in elevation compared to Durham, New Hampshire, which is about 60 feet above sea level. The elevation was difficult on the team at first, but once acclimated, working became easier.
Well, this is tougher than it seemed.
Yep. Altitude hurts my body a little bit.
We're only halfway up, and we're running out of steam, but we can do this. So we finally made it. Started from way down there.
Before the trip, it was determined high-density polyethylene, or HDPE pipe, would be the best solution for San Pedro. When we arrived, 1,000 meters of HDPE, or 10 rolls of pipe, had already been delivered, so we could get right to work. The pipe had to be laid across the mountainside, so together we carried it up.
We made it!
Yeah. Alright, so it's Wednesday morning at about 8:30, and we've been out here for about an hour digging the trench that's going to go along the side of the road. So we started up there yesterday, so we made it all the way down here. The community has been extremely helpful, and yesterday they were able to dig most of the way across to the storage back. So today we're hoping that we can finish up, and tomorrow we can start laying pipes.
Before laying pipes, a trench had to be dug. The trench was segmented and sections were assigned to the families in the community to dig. Globaware and some of the families in the community dug sections along the road, but the UNH team dug most of it. Working hard until it was complete, we would go out early in the morning, just after the sun had risen. Taking turns, we dug a deep enough, wide enough trench for the pipe to lay in.
So the townspeople are helping us out as much as they can. They are clearly very dedicated to this project.
We worked with this woman to dig her section of the trench. She'd been working all day beside us and had a little ways to go. Working with her taught us local techniques for working with the land. She expressed her desire to take a picture with us so that she could show her grandchildren and tell them, this is why San Pedro has clean water. After the trenches were dug, it was time to lay the pipe. We partnered with Globaware, a volunteer organization that was working in San Pedro at the same time. The girls helped to carry the pipe and roll it out. Once it was rolled out, they stood on it to keep it from curling. Half of the UNH team began to make the connections between the HDPE pipes, while the other half started to bury the middle sections of the pipe.
So today's the last day, and we are about to finish everything. Spirits are high. We think we can do this. It's an achievable target. It's coming!
Alright, it is Sunday, June 1st, and we had originally planned to leave early this morning, but a few complications last night are making us take the afternoon bus. But it's all alright because we spent the morning replacing this section of pipe, which connects to our HDPE, and it all flows into the storage box near town. Project is a success.
Another aspect of the trip addressed the issue of malnutrition in the town. To assess this, we went to the school and took random samples from 30 children of all ages. After introducing ourselves, we recorded the height, weight, and waist circumference. These analyzing measurements allowed us to determine the severity of malnutrition and what critical nutrients the children are lacking. The goal is to create an educational plan so the school can teach about nutrition. Through all the hard work, we were able to find some time for fun. A big aspect of our project were the personal connections formed within the community. The school officials started a game of soccer with the boys. Our team did well, but unfortunately did not pull off a win. The main reason we are working in San Pedro is to decontaminate the town's drinking water. A UNH civil engineering student designed a slow sand filter for his senior project. This is a probable solution, so we installed a pilot slow sand filter to test to see if it would work in a large scale.
We are cleaning sand. We used in the pilot slow sand filter. It's really dirty from when we bought it at the store, and that would make the effluent too dirty, so we're washing it now to put in the pilot filter.
What are you doing?
I'm filling up the pallet filter with some pebbles or base layers. We are putting a T in to get the water to flow through this hose right here. The water flows through the hose and into this box. We don't have it hooked up right now, so I'm going to demonstrate with this bucket of water. The pipe in the middle is an overflow, so it won't go above that. And then these two little spouts allow the water into those reservoirs.
Another decontamination technique we are investigating involves timely doses of chlorine to the water system.
There are many effective ways to help the town, and we plan to find the best solution.